Yeah. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address, and now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. Just placing in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
And boom, here I am. Where's Adam? Where's Adam?
I'm here.
There's Adam.
Hey.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the live. I guess it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for, I know it's been a while since, Monday, I guess we did our last live on there. And so, yeah, first I want to start off before we get started, that it's Miss Dog Lover's birthday. So I want to wish Miss Dog Lover a very happy birthday. In the UK time, it's her birthday. So that's why it's like the 15th. And so, Miss Dog Lover, I really want you to have a great evening. You deserve it. And happy birthday from It's a Crime and Shame. Love you very much. And I don't know, have a drink for us, perhaps. And the other thing that I forgot, is that Adam, about 2 months ago, had bought me this pendulum. And you know how it rolls in good old China. And so obviously this thing that was on my list it took about 6-7 weeks to get here, about 6 weeks to get here. So I've had it for just about a little over a week or whatever now. But I want to say thank you, Adam, for my pendulum. And hopefully this one works, because the other one obviously is broken. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Does Who Dis love me? Let's see. What does it say? Who Dis? Big circle for yes. You guys probably think I'm moving it. Actually, I'm going to move it. That's a yes. All right. It works. Yeah.
Of course it does.
And of course it does. Anyways.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So when we did our live on Monday, it was a members one. So of course, I hope everybody had a happy Easter. With their family and their children or whatever that they were doing that day. I was mostly like fishing, to be honest with you, with my husband. And as you guys probably know, I haven't been putting out too many videos lately as well. Sometimes I want to say that you just kind of get a little bit of burnout, because it's been like 3 years since I've been doing like lives and stuff like that. And so, yeah, and it's kind of like the weather's getting nicer, and I've just really wanted to just take it a little easy for a couple weeks. I've been working on stuff, but nothing that I really put out. It took me over a week to put out that Delphi video. It sat there. I worked on it a little bit each day, and then, because it takes a lot of time doing all that transitions and the
Right.
just the different effects and stuff like that. So I finally decided I am going to complete that Delphi one today, the Delphi triangle one.
Yeah, good.
The other video that I put out was about the Richard Allen one. Now, come to find out just before the live that was a mistake. Now, I had talked to someone, although I'm not going to name that person, but I did talk to someone who said that yes, it was including the jails, but apparently, after just before the live, I found out that it's within the state corrections, and so obviously then that information would be wrong, and because again, I don't know nothing really about the whole being from Canada. I don't really know anything about your state corrections and stuff like that, or differentiate. That's why I asked. But in saying that, so yes, it was approved that Richard Allen can get moved, but into state correction. That's correct, right, Adam?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I guess basically what they are saying, and I'm sure we'll pull it up, but all the judge really said in it was that she basically was upholding the earlier order, that that he could be placed in any facility within the Department of Corrections. And Hudis actually brought it to my attention. I don't live in Indiana, so I didn't know this originally, and I know Sonny probably didn't either. That the Department of Corrections, are state-run facilities, and so Cass County would not fall under that umbrella. But he can be moved. She did order that the motion be granted. He could be moved anywhere within the Department of Corrections. So, if they were moving him somewhere closer to, say Delphi, it would be Pendleton, and there was, what was the other one that was close? I can't remember.
Let me just quickly look for that window or that tab right here. I believe it is, Adam. I'm not sure how well people can see that or not, but let's see. Here, let me just move us off the screen for a second. So Indiana, so Westville Correctional Facility is a low medium security, by the way. Let's see. Rockville. Maybe he needs to go to the women's intake in Rockville. Pendleton, Plainfield, Newcastle. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yeah, I believe that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? What do you think the chances are? Do you think he'll just end up staying put?
Right. I mean, I think they'll, I think at this point, they're kind of between a rock and a hard place, because if they don't move him, it's going to look like it was all about nothing. So I don't know. I mean, I found it really interesting that, this was, if you remember this, the defense requested this on the 5th of April, which was a week ago Wednesday. And I think today was 10th or 11th day, which seems like a long time to go when you're talking about an emergency motion before the court. But and then they kind of put it out with the same time as it was weird, because I don't know if anyone saw my post from earlier today, but I originally had talked to the county clerk in Carroll County, and I was told that the documents were being kept confidential, and then 5 minutes later, I got another message from her saying that they just were unsealed, and she sent them to me, and so I put them on the on It's a Crime Means Shame Facebook page and then my community page right away. But they kind of did a dump with all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And just quickly for Ginger, Jason Palladino's earliest release date was in January. So whether he's actually out or not is a whole different story, but his release date was in January. And so I've always been, because I'll probably just message the dude and be like, hey, come on, tell me all about it. You think he'll answer? Probably not. But yeah, so just to answer you there, Ginger, on that one. So again, the orders in front of us here, consistent with the Safekeeper statute, the Department of Correction is authorized to move the defendant within the Department of Correction to accommodate his medical and physical needs. Yeah. So I guess we'll have to just wait and see where he actually, if he stays or if he does get moved to a little bit closer one or not. Who knows, to be honest with you. I mean, it was really all for the sake of the move for the most part anyway. To me, wherever he goes, moves, I don't really care. As long as Abby and Libby have their day of justice and Richard Allen, should he be deemed guilty, then obviously, there's more. Well, to be honest with you, I think the video that I put out today, the Delphi Triangle, like I said, I'll be curious as Delphi plays out what all happens or doesn't happen. I'm not even, like I said, gonna lie, because it's the LE has frustrated me personally with their inept ability to, honestly, with the Delphi case, just their inept ability. And it really pissed me off when Doug Carter had said, what did he say again? Effective strategy about the sketches. All my hand wanted to do was literally stop, Doug Carter. Okay, I just own up to that. Just own up to that, because what goes through my head when I think of him saying that, oh, okay, so we all know by interviews how the family reacted after seeing that secondary sketch, and they were devastated. People were devastated. Right. So for me, it's like, shut the hell up about the effective strategy. You guys screwed up over and over and over and over and over again. And will Abby and Libby actually get the justice that they deserve, or else are they just gonna get a little piece of a pie of somebody, And that's why it frustrates me, because if you listen to any of the documentaries and the, out there, they'll all tell you that, everyone knows within the first 48 hours is the most crucial moment of solving a case. And every year that goes by is less likely, that things happen. Like, look at Karina McClurkin, right? Had they have done what they were supposed to do and go get that carpet and stuff like that in the first place, talking about just inept, there's no.
That the week. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The week that Karina went missing, Jerry McClurkin was calling them, telling them the carpet is rolled up outside the house. Go get it.
Yeah, go get it.
We all saw how they treated her at that press conference when they announced Flint Farmer's arrest. They treated her like she's a crazy woman from day one.
Yeah.
And it caused, sadly, they drug their feet on it for 6 years when they had the information they needed to arrest Flint Farmer the week she went missing. So, and he has a pretrial conference. He has a pretrial hearing on Tuesday, by the way.
Yeah, on Tuesday. You guys, for Alexa, if some of you guys don't remember, Alexa is in Canada. She should be home today if she's not home by now, because she had messaged me yesterday. So yeah, Alexa is fine, but she was in Canada, remember, for like a week or so with her family. So I know she said she was gonna be leaving today, so I'm not sure if she's home yet or not. To be honest with you. So many unexplained stuff. Anyways, you know what? I know we didn't do any of our hellos that we typically do, so I'm just gonna do let's quickly do some hellos for you guys.
While you do that, Sonny, I need to check on something. I'll be right back. I'll let you.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm going all the way back up. So who dis is in the house and Mustang? Shelly's in the house. It's a crime and shame, obviously. Tommy Baker. That's for Tommy Baker. And Sarah's in the house. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? We got Lisa's in the house. Cheryl, how are you, Cheryl? Just want a high fibro critter. How are you? Streamlabs, of course, is in the house. PJ Second Chance, Sharon Parker. Let's scroll down here. Ray Jones. Hey, Ray, how are you? Bridget Blaine, I'm going to say. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct. Hello, Bridget. I think I said Cali Girl already, right? Lacey's in the house. Angel. Callie and that. I hope you're resting up there. Support with Steffa. Hello, my love. Grandma Watches is in the house. Let's see here. Sees through. He sees through. And let's see here. Support with Steffa. Oh, JDR is in the house. Let's see. Just make sure I'm not missing people. GP Ginger's in the house. Ginger obviously is Nicole Bowen's aunt. Okay, whenever somebody sees GP, that's justice for Ray Hanish. And of course, Garrett Kurtz has been charged with the homicide of Ray Hanish. And again, another case, such ineptness that has happened. Who all was there? Who all participated? All we know at this point is, again, years later, right? One person's been charged. It's honestly very irritating, just, these cases. And just, it's almost like, what do they do? Sit at freaking Dunkin' Donuts and sit there and go, yeah, nah, I don't feel like doing anything too much today. Just a homicide. Nah. It's like just screw up after screw ups. It seems like no matter which case you're talking about. And it just seems like, I don't want to, of course, crap all over LE, but I kind of do in certain things for sure, because whether it was Karina, Ray Hanish, Abby and Libby, those are just cases we follow. And you hear all the time how LE is so lazy, Anyways, hi, MK, how are you? It's very frustrating when you care so deeply about a case or cases, and then it's like you just want justice. Any normal human being out there, right, that has a caring heart or whatever, they just literally want to see that whoever committed the crime is charged for it. We don't want to hear that there's these confidential informants that got off, and all this stuff, and that here we're just going to charge one person. You just want the people that were involved in it to be charged, knowing that, okay, maybe give or take one or two, right? But because that's just the way that obviously the great old system works. But it's just very annoying. Hi, Diamond Eyes, how are you? There's Fibro, and then Fibro Critter was in here as well. I think, let's see if I caught up. Have I missed anybody? S. Antonio, how are you? Charlotte Dean. There's Deb. Deb's in the house. Heather. Sabina. Hi, Sabina. Peace, not silence, which is never silent. Hey, Peace, how are you? I think we're good. Yeah, okay, we're caught up on there. All right. Did you figure out what you were doing over there?
I was just trying. I was just looking at something, but you're good. Yeah, sorry.
No, Ali has shown that they are completely inept, though, Lisa. That's my point. They have shown with the Abby and Libby's case and with other cases that Ali, in the cases that we're following, whether Karina, Ray Hanish, like Nicole Bowen did get her justice in a sense, I guess you could call it that. There was 5 people that partook in it. 2 of them, Ashley and Garrett, of course, the main, obviously the main, I don't want to say contributors, the main ones that were charged with the 55 years for Garrett and 48 years for whatever. But it's just about it's really just about the sloppiness in a sense that when you look at it. But Delphi and Ray Hanish, well, and Karina's too. I mean, they really do take the cake for just in my heart. When I think of Karina, I can't help but think of Jerry and just all the pain and heartache and searching when that case could have been solved back in the day as well. And then you hear about all the informants that, aren't being charged, that participated. And then you hear of Abby and Libby's, of course, right? And just whether it's Richard Allen's files, but it's just everything to do with Delphi. The dogs called off, the constant double talking and stuff like that. So when I hear effective strategy, it really ticked me off when I went back and listened to it. Effective strategy. Like, shut up, Doug Carter, on that one. Seriously. Effective strategy. Like, and then in that same segment, he's like, well, we all make mistakes. Yeah, but don't sit there and call it an effective strategy. Bull. You literally tore the family apart as they looked at this new photo of some 20-year-old picture. And then, oh yeah, but I knew someday that the two were going to be combined. And if you put them together, that's the part. So don't feed us a crock of crap. Just say the truth, instead of covering it. Hey, Shar. Oh, I said Shar. It's Cher. It's Cher.
And then you made me say Shar. Sorry. Hey, Cher.
I just need her to put the E at the end, and that way I'll always remember it, Cher. Because I originally called her Shar, and then she gave me shit for missing in one of my videos a long time ago. So as soon as I seen it in my head, I always go, wait, you know what I mean? I have to use my brain cells, but obviously I got it wrong. Anyways, Cher, of course, is Ray Hanish's sister. So whenever somebody sees Cher in the house, that's who that is. And of course, GP Ginger being Nicole Boland's aunt, and the two families connected because of those nasty people named Garrett Kurtz and Ashley Garth and, all the other ones that were involved there. Did you? Right. Yes, I noticed that we can send hearts and other emojis.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
I seen that the other day, and I was like, oh, that's new, and I was playing with it. Yeah. Okay. So with regards, you guys, say, to Richard Allen, I mean, not really much we can add to it for the sake of, what this is saying, Department of Correction. So I guess it will just be time will tell if he's moved or not.
Right. Well, he'll be, I think he'll be moved. It's just a matter of where, and I think, this was a good way of giving, I think that, like, I've agreed with almost every decision that this judge has issued so far. And I think that this is a very, appropriate response to the motion. And I think it's also a good way to let both the defense and the prosecution know that she's in charge of this courtroom, and that, they can try whatever they want. And she's going to respond appropriately and won't be pushed around.
At the end of the day, Adam, she knows what's up.
Absolutely.
Like I said, unless people are idiots, but they know what's up. I mean, the judge knows what's up, and I like the judge.
Yeah, I do too. And I'm just, this is my speculation when I say this next part, but I think that had Judge Galt thought this was a legitimate, immediate emergency, this would have been handled the day that the defense issued the motion for his move. Yeah. The fact that it took 10 days should be very telling.
Yeah. And you guys, Alexa's back in the house. Hey, Alexa. Okay, so she heard her name. Her ears were burning. And so Alexa's back in the house. Again, she was in Canada. And there. So Of course. Great to see you, Alexa.
Yeah.
Of course. Love you, girl. And she showed me a picture of ketchup chips. When I said, don't forget to get ketchup chips. And she was like, that's the first thing I did.
One more thing. I mean, I can't talk about ketchup chips because I'll get hungry. But one more thing about the. I'm sorry.
Do you want to go get my bags of ketchup chips I bought the other day?
Please.
Go ahead.
I forgot. A friend of mine did call the Cass County jail last week and asked them directly, if they could facilitate the needs that were, in the language that we read in that document last week. And my understanding from what they were told is the Cass County jail, there are 4 outpatient facilities that they send their inmates, or that they send their prisoners to, or inmates to receive anything regarding their mental health. They don't in-house do mental health treatment. And so the fact that they were trying to have him move to Cass County was kind of odd in the first place, because they don't have an inpatient mental health department at that jail. That's my understanding, at least. So I don't know if that helps clear it. I forgot about that until just now.
Okay, no, they don't taste like McD's fries, bro. No. They taste like ketchup chips. So if you put ketchup on it, perhaps, I suppose, on your fries.
I mean, it's sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I said it is kind of like, I don't know if like when I was a kid, I used to dip my potato chips in ketchup anyway, and so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this, I love a way to be lazy. One less step.
I'm like a turtle ketchup person. Like, I like it, and then it has to do with when you're younger, and of course, every time like your mom would do stuff, she'd put ketchup for certain things all the time. So it was always ketchup on eggs, ketchup, ketchup just on everything. Like really, macaroni and cheese, ketchup. So I kind of like ketchup on what I deem as the normal stuff like hot dogs and whatever. But a lot of people, it's amazing to me sometimes when I see a lot of people go no to ketchup on eggs, and I'm like, really? Or even eggs, like eggs.
I love ketchup on eggs.
I know. I just like ketchup. Like, but
right.
I
like hot sauce. I like hot sauce on eggs.
Oh, I can't do hot sauce. Shelly's saying a guy on MS who was in Westville prison said RA is in the safest place and more than likely on right. I mean, we know that he was on S Watch for sure, and is treated like everyone else. Yeah, I recall that. Thank you, Shelly. So right. Again, it's like anything, right? You're gonna play to what you're trying to get, and you're gonna embellish. But again, judge isn't stupid either, so they can put in their request. And I thought those were bushes.
I know. It's funny. Grandma watches when this picture came out. We'll talk about the raid when this picture came, or in this picture is, I did and zoomed in, and it's funny because when I first saw it, I didn't notice what I circled. And then when I went back to it a couple hours, this was actually 2 days ago, and then I was like, oh, everyone's wondering whether this guy got arrested or not. He's right here. Like he's literally in the picture.
Okay. Right.
I'm assuming that's him.
Right. So Adam, say what you know about this whole raid, and then I'll get into my stuff.
Well, I think so. The news came out. Was it 2 or 3 days ago about it? Was it 2 days ago about this raid, which happened around 9 a.m. On is it East or North 3rd Street, whatever, in Delphi, and immediately I felt like people were going really big on it, and so I kind of like ignored it at first, but I was getting sent a lot of stuff about it, and from people that live on the block even. Like this was taken from a neighbor across the street. And then people started saying that people were posting about it on, some of the Facebook groups and things. And so I really went and looked into it, and then I found out that the owners of the house, which sadly they've been implicated as well, but this was a rental house. The people that were renting it are not the owners. Their last name is not Gibson. And the renter of this house is Daniel Norfleet and Nikki. I'm not sure if they're married or just dating. But and then I know that someone put out like the wrong Daniel Norfleet, which is baffling sometimes what people get wrong. But then I knew, and then I also found out that the next door neighbor's house was owned by Mike and Becky Patty, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to go crazy with this. And that's exactly what I think's happened. I think people have gone over the top with this situation. I'm not saying it's not it's not a big deal. I'm just saying we don't have any evidence or proof right now by any verifiable source that this has anything to do with Richard Allen. I've been told that it was drugs. I've been told that it was CSAM. I've been told that it was Delphi.
Right. You know what? And people are definitely going to hop on the Delphi boat, especially the conspiracists. But, so, I got really excited here when I heard about this. So I did have the correct Dan Norfleet, by the way, but that was something that I put in our group chat as me and Lewis actually were having a conversation about this. Because Lewis was sending me some information, and then
you didn't see that I'd put it in there like 8 hours earlier.
No, you hadn't.
Yes, I had.
Huh? Dan Norfleet?
Yeah.
You talking about from like the day that it happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see it. If you did, I was having a conversation with Lewis that night. It was in the morning. I know what was that. I think it was in the morning, like the wee hours of the morning. And anyways, regardless, I went to go see who. Well, the thing that made Lewis is that the picture that he showed me was the wrong place. Picture. Yeah. So because I was watching Thomas. Yeah, because I was watching. It wasn't even that. I was watching Thomas Frost's video. And I could tell exactly which house it was. Mm-hmm. And I could see there was an address on the corner of the street. And they kept putting X's like right here, over here. That's where they had the X's, was in this area. And I was like saying to Lewis, Lewis, like that's not the right place, because I can see by Thomas Frost's video. And Thomas Frost said he had talked to the neighbor, and he pointed right to where the house was. And so I could see on Google which house it was. And then it was just a matter of getting that correct address. And then I, like I said, went to Intellius, saw who lived at that address. But I was really hoping during that time that we're trying to figure this out, I look it up. And I'm thinking, you guys, I was so freaking excited for a little bit, because if anybody knows the name Tamsin, this person here. So Tamsin is the one that Garrett Kurtz, and this is a friend of Becky Patty's. It's on Becky Patty's friends list. So Tamsin is the one that Garrett Kurtz says in the Open Secrets video that if you about the M tape video, that the person that you should talk to, he says, is Tamsin. And so I was all excited going, oh my God, maybe this is Tamsin's house. They're going for an arrest, and Garrett Kurtz and this whole thing, and getting all excited for Delphi, thinking, oh, okay, so they went and talked to Tamsin, or they went and arrested perhaps her, and not that she's guilty of anything, of course, innocent, whatever. But that's one that Garrett speaks about, and that she lives like right there, right? And I'm like, oh, like seriously, you guys, I swear I had like the biggest jizz ever just thinking about that for a second. And then, of course, it was suddenly to my demise that it was this Dan Norfleet or whatever. So yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, so someone named Rebecca lives in this house. I didn't put the last name, and of course the owner, Mike and Becky Patty of this house. Now don't forget she's in real estate, right? Okay,
And then
but
right. I'm not sure when Mike and Becky got married. I can't remember. I know that I know that I think Mike bought this house in 2002. And so I'm not sure if that was, I'm not sure if they had just got married or if it was like, or if it was before they got married. And I do know there were rumors that Derek had lived there for a short time. I was unable to confirm that. It's not listed anywhere on his previous addresses. The only person in the family that's listed on is actually Mike and Becky, because she's on the deed. Yeah. But like I shared the deed in our group thing. But can I address Diamond Eyes really quickly? Diamond Eyes has said, why wasn't local, or why bring the SWAT team? And you're right. We don't know that it's not related to Delphi. All I was saying is that I think it's presumptuous to to assume anything until we know. I think that it could absolutely be ISP and the FBI or the SWAT team if it was a CSAM raid, and they wouldn't have to have Carroll County there or Delphi police. And same, if it was a major drug a major drug bust, if it was being an investigation being ran by the state police or FBI, they wouldn't have to have local authorities there. Mm-hmm. In fact, I actually think that leads more credence to the fact that it's not related to Delphi, because like if you'll remember when Richard Allen's house was raided, Tony Liggett was absolutely at Richard Allen's house, and not raided, but search warrant. And Tony Liggett was there for all 8 or 12 hours, however long that lasted.
Yeah. You want to know something that I did find interesting, and I haven't dived into this enough to fully go over it, but this is when you're gonna like always have these things. Okay, so Tamsin again is the one that Garrett Kurtz called out for knowing about the tape, because he said, he said to Open Secrets, the one that you want to talk to is Tamsin, and she goes by Michaels and Rewickles and whatever. She has multiple Facebook accounts, whatever, but that's the one that Garrett Kurtz called out. So I was looking at the history of the trying to see who the owner was, because it showed that they wasn't sure on Intellius who the owner was. Anyways, so Allie Conklin, which is Kagan Klein's girlfriend at the time, probably, that's the one where his phones were when Ellie went and got the phones, was from 519 South Lee Drive, whatever, in Kokomo. Okay, and that's where Kagan Klein lived with his girlfriend, or stayed there a lot with his girlfriend, Allie Conklin. What I found very interesting is that there was a tenant that lived in 2045, and guess where he lived? Where? So if Allie Conklin, Kagan's girlfriend, lived at 519 South Lee Drive, there's this person with the name of what's his first name? Ryan lives during the same time as well at 512 South Lee Drive, Kokomo. So they live in the same building, in the same apartments, or same, I think it's apartments or houses, whatever. Either way. Yeah. So, Kate, there's just a lot of dirty people, druggies, whatever. Delphi, like no other small town, same stuff. But we all know that, like meth is, one of the big things that if ever I look up anyone, right, it's meth. And this is where I always talk about Paladinos, and Derek German, and and this is like Mike Cunningham, and the theft of the whatever that hydroxy stuff or whatever is, or whatever that meth. Yeah.
Sonny, that I put out one of my true crime fact things today, and this one was about controlled substance charges in the U.S. And I didn't realize that, I don't mean to interrupt your story, but that in the 30 of 50 U.S. states, meth is the number one most charged drug offense. I mean, it's not weed, it's not anything else, it's meth in 30 states. I mean, I was surprised by that, actually.
Yeah, not unless they're apartment Shelley. But yeah, no, I mean, I know that there's new different ones, stuff coming out, but it's just a huge problem. So let's just say it's a house. Regardless, either way, I find it very funny how someone that lived in that same house as Tamsin. This is where, to me, that these people all connect. Like, I remember distinctly that there was this Ryan Nayrig that was attached to Kagan Klein, and I haven't looked deep enough yet, but there's this Kevin Nayrig that lives right here in this house. Like I said, this is about Delphi. I don't know anything about the Dan Norfleet, like, meaning none of us really know, I guess, unless someone specifically like Tara German or somebody else that knows exactly if this was a drug charge or CSAM or whatever. Anyways, the people in the knowing of this area, of course, I'm sure would know.
Right.
But as for what we know, it's been said CSAM, Delphi knows.
I still personally think it was drugs, which is what I thought since that day. Their neighbor across the street, the message I got from them was set. Do you want me to read it really quick?
Say that again, Adam.
The message I got from the neighbor that took the picture that with him on the chair in the front yard.
Okay, sure.
His girlfriend took it. I was not home when it happened. My girlfriend was, though, and she swore they arrested him and that they took him away in an undercover car. I believe that is Daniel. They moved in not too long ago, and that he is a person of interest. Another person said they watched him go back inside, though. So I don't know. I haven't seen him over there since. What is CSAM? My understanding is this was all drug related. The police told her they were serving a warrant. They spent a few hours there and went through almost all his stuff. I can't seem to find where they booked him into any Carroll County jail or any other Indiana County jail. So they definitely did find him and drug him out of the house, but I'm not sure after that because I've heard two different things from my girlfriend and other people. So, and then I know Tara German posted some stuff online about it as well. But
yeah. And whoever asks, I think it was Diamond Eyes. No, Alexa was in the opposite side of Canada. She was in the East Coast. I live in Vancouver on the West Coast, totally way opposite sides of Canada. So as much as I wish that Alexa was coming here and to meet up with her, that would have been amazing and awesome. But yeah, she was on the opposite side, just so you know. Yeah, so, and then, sorry, who was that post by?
That was a message from a neighbor.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just thinking about something in my head.
Yeah, I'm still pissed off that they didn't go to Tamsin's house and it wasn't her house.
Then that's why Tamsin and the tenant of the Patty's, that running the Patty's house, they're good friends. Because someone sent me this thing, whole thing about how it's all connected to Garrett Kurtz and the Paladinos, and I was like,
yeah.
Well, no, someone else did.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let me look into this,
Yeah, like honestly, for me personally, and I know Adam's not necessarily on the same train here as me when it comes to the Paladinos. I believe that the Paladinos have been implicated quite a few times, or when it comes to Delphi. And again, I mean, the thing that I boggles my brain is, where does the not Paladinos, Kagan Klein and Richard Allen, is it through Peru? I think that honestly, they just all know each other. I think that Richard Allen was a sick, twisted person behind the doors. Um, you know, you know how people come off normal, but behind the closed doors, he's probably got some sick, twisted fetishes, like Curtis Fouts. And I think that again, that maybe we are not necessarily seeing the connection on social media that we know about. But I think it's just a matter of that Richard Allen to me was either for money purpose, but knew these people, whether it was for money purposes, whether it was for his own sick, twisted pleasures. I don't see that one still. I'm not seeing that just Richard Allen thought to concoct this whole big thing. I'm just not seeing it. Racing over to the bridge, letting people see him. That would have to be one of the stupidest criminals to me ever. That somebody is literally, and that's exactly really what he did. The way it shows is that he literally let himself be seen. What tool? When I say tool, I mean what reject. What tool would literally park at the CPS building? You would think that you would cut through the woods, or something, and be a little bit more mysterious about it all. We're talking broad daylight.
Right.
Broad daylight. People are seeing him, and then he starts supposedly walking down the road.
Why not park by the Mears entrance?
Why not park on the other side, cross the bridge?
Right.
The whole thing doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't have no rhyme or reason to me that this was a solo act by one person who just decided that he was going to, go take out two girls and just walk down a road all bloody and muddy and be seen. None of that makes sense. You would have to be the biggest idiot, moron, every other word you can think of, to do something like that, especially if it was planned. When you plan something, you don't just sit there, here, let me just walk by a few people. But you know what, kind of, when I look over at that affidavit again, okay, it is clearly a navy blue jacket he has on. The witness says it was a light blue jacket. Okay, we know the difference between light blue and dark blue. We know the difference between right? Was it black?
I'm just like, I can't with it all.
A navy jacket, I know, or a light blue jacket. So I have a hard time with the black clothing on somebody, the blue clothing. This is all stuff that the defense is definitely gonna,
absolutely,
is gonna totally play on all this stuff. A light blue jacket. I'm sorry, but there's no light blue in the word navy. Anyone that sees a navy jacket would go, it's navy. Say it's a navy color jacket or a dark blue, but not a light blue. That's what was said. It was a light blue jacket. You guys are in royal blue tonight. Yes, we are. Royal blue tonight. I'm also not sold RA, from what is publicly known. Also not sold on RA. Well, I am sold on RA for the fact that, contrary to what I used to believe, obviously, is that he's the person on the bridge. Um, but I'm not definitely sold on anything about him just doing this himself and creating this work of art at the crime scene and whatever. Uh, Sorry, there was just a message that was coming in. I'll have to look at it in a second. I think the Delphi killer wanted the girls under the bridge so he could do something obscene, but they resisted. I have questions about the muddy, bloody sighting. Could witnesses see blood while driving? Um, my
That's debatable. You know, it's a fair question, Anna.
It's a fair question, definitely, but
I've heard both. I've heard the answer to be yes, and other people say they don't think so. But
mm, yeah. I mean, um, my thing is this, and Julie Melvin will concur, is that the BG had a lot of stuff on him that you will probably come to know was at the crime scene. Um, so, mm. Hey Todd, you got your glasses on tonight?
That's fine.
Hi Rob Lee, how are you? Sunny, but remember how Nicholas coat Nicola's coat looked blue and it was supposedly black, could be different lighting camera. Okay, but they legitly saw him, right? So they legitly saw him. So you cannot mistake
With it.
navy for light blue.
Right. I mean, the defense either way is going to tear them, or is going to zero in on that and try to tear that apart. I personally understand, feel like I understand like how witnesses can get things very different. I know some people disagree with that, but I mean, it definitely gives the defense something to say. Oh, look, we have conflicting reports here. Oh, Sunny left us.
No, well, just for a second.
All right.
My thing is this: from when I read the witness part, to me that's just a heyday waiting to happen. For like, okay, yes, of course we don't know. We don't know all what the LE has, but I mean, what we're seeing in the affidavit is people saying different things.
And remember, the footage that we have from the tape from Libby's phone, if you look even if you look from the original when it was first released, the picture to the video, the coloring is different. I mean, and they said that they cleaned it up. That they cleaned it up as and so you have to remember that's zoomed in, and the lighting is altered in that video in those pictures. So we don't know how accurate the coloring and everything was 100%. But I mean, yeah, it's still a far cry to say light blue is navy.
Well, when someone says light blue, you kind of think of more of a baby blue,
like a Carolina blue.
Yeah,
like a baby blue.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that whole witness part is just a mishmash of mush, of just inconsistencies. And we'll see. I mean, again, it will go basically down to maybe that won't even matter because they would have such more stronger evidence to convict him, and that just becomes a part of it in a sense. But I'm sure that with Richard Allen, that there's going to be a lot of stronger evidence to be shown, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, Anna, really quickly, your message earlier today, I did start looking into that just to confirm whether it was true or not, and so I don't think it's true, but I'm not 100% yet, but I will let you know as soon as I know. But thank you for the message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna dig into these people more around the area. there's a few things I want to look at. One is that there's that Alicia land that's attached to the 1967 house at the same time as Richard Allen and is their number one associate. Her I want to look at because she has Stephen Wheeler on her list. And if anyone knows from Karina McClurkin's case, Wheeler is definitely a name that most people in the drug world and all that would know. And so I want to look into that because that's one of her associates. But what still always gets me is that when I look at the Flora, residence, actually, give me a second, Adam. Adam, answer some questions. I just want to go pull this up for a second. 1 second.
Shelly, Aspen, did you ever talk to that lady yet? What lady? I'm not sure. Hey, Diana. Oh, okay, Anna. Yeah, thank you. I mean, my understanding is I don't believe that he was, but I don't have confirmation on that 100% yet. So, I don't put out information unless I can verify it. But if they show proof, then great. What else do we have here? Hey, Diana, I said that already. Hello, friends of... Oh, Shelly, I did, and I did not get a response, but I did try.
Adam, could you tell our viewers to please hit the thumbs up while I'm taking an intermission?
You know what, Sunny? I have an idea. I think everyone that's watching should hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not subscribed, get subscribed.
What a novel idea.
Isn't that a great idea? What a fun thing to do on a Friday night. Another thing with the raid that, I did want to address is, and again, it's not something that we know 100%, but I know that some people are saying that the motion that, that when the court issued their orders today, that there was a request by the prosecution to keep a report confidential. I don't know that it's not related to this raid, but I immediately when someone said, "Oh, it's connected to this raid," I was like, "Well, why would it be in Richard Allen's court file then?" Because another defendant's court report or police report is not going to be in the court documents of another case, even if they're connected. Like if you'll remember Garrett Kurtz and Ashley Garth, none of their documents were ever in each other's files ever. They each would have their own, so there'd be no reason to issue a order to keep something confidential regarding a report about another arrest, and then put it in Richard Allen's court filings. Now, in the discovery and everything like that, then of course they would use something like that in court, but there'd be no reason to put that in the court filings from today. Plus, the county clerk's office told me personally that that the confidential files that they were referring to were the issue that the order that they then turned around and issued publicly not long after that, which was odd. So, I'm not saying I don't 100% that it isn't connected, but from what the county clerk told me and what my understanding is, it's not. But we'll find out eventually. But, I don't like to put information out. I know that some people put information out there and they run with it, and I'm just not comfortable doing that. But yeah, we are all anxious to hear about the other actors and tentacles, aren't we, Diamond Eyes?
Yes, we are. Okay, so Chris, do you guys know the name Christy Lynn Martin? Do you know that name, Adam, if I say it?
Sounds familiar.
Okay. So Alyssa Land, right, lives in Flora. And there's obviously, I'm not sure if it's an apartment complex or whatever. So Christy Lynn Martin is the one that was doing time for Gabriel Ellis. And this is Tina Rodell's sister. And so okay. So the number one associate for Richard Allen is this Elisa Land. Okay. So the neighbors to, okay, let me tell you this. The neighbors to Alyssa Land, who is Richard Allen's number one associate, is Kristen Lynn Martin. Okay. And so people living nearby. So Kristen Lynn Martin, that name. Then you have, let's see here. I'm just going by the names that I know. There's a Kirsty Cunningham, and I think of Mike Cunningham, but I don't know if there's a relation. Oh, Christopher Adrian Parker. Christian Parker is the one that owns that Vroom vehicle. You know that Vroom vehicle, Dub, I showed you the other night? I can't think of what the car is called anymore. Anyways, he's the one that owns that Vroom vehicle that's in that photo. So he lives right there. Until, let's see, we got Howell. Where's the other one? God, you know what? There's every time I just look at these names, they just always attach to other ones. Now,
Small Town USA.
Yeah, you know what? Like the Selena name, we've heard before. I'm looking for a specific name, and I'd have to go back and look. Okay, so I don't know why, because that Alicia Land is right. I just really feel like that Richard Allen. Blake, yeah.
Wasn't that Megan's brother's name? Yeah, Megan's brother's name's Blake, right? Yeah.
Blake Hicks, yeah. What's with all these last names, right? Like Megan Allen, Blake Hicks, brother, sister.
Allen County, Richard Allen.
Honestly.
Keegan.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to Garrett Kurtz talking about Tamsin over here, talking about the tape. Knowing that Garrett Kurtz was best friends with Michaela Hartman, I definitely believe that Garrett Kurtz has knowledge where Delphi is concerned. Remember, it was rumored that Jason Palladino was, one of the people involved in Delphi. So I think that there's definitely a lot of knowledge and stuff like that. And then people say, well, why wouldn't they snitch? Well, honestly, right? Well, what happens if you snitch? You probably end up 6 feet under, to be honest with you, because kind of like in jail, you're not protected if you're in or out, right? And that's the way Chris Mathis was basically saying, right? Not just in here, but out there. He threatened to, which is Garrett Kurtz, right? I'd really love to know the story for Ray Hanish. I'd really like to know that, but they really screwed that one over with not doing it as a crime scene. It's just horrible. But anyways, so when you see that this land is literally the neighbor to Kristen Lynn Martin, who's the one that did the 17 years or whatever it was for Gabe Ellis, and because of drugs and Gabe Ellis, and this goes back to you guys to Derek German into the meth thing as well.
Honey, if you say Gabe Ellis too many times, someone's gonna pop up.
Right. Now, CJK, I did happen to catch a message coming in. Adam, maybe you can help with this. CJK, he wanted to know more about the Emily Ann 45 account. can you go back into your memory about that one a little bit?
Well, the Emily Ann 45 account, I believe was it on Kick, or was it also on? It was not on Instagram. It was on Snap. It was on Snapchat and Kick. I'd have to go back to my files. But I know that, I mean, Kegan Kline, he admitted to creating and using the Emily Ann 45 account. So if you reread the Kegan Kline interrogation interview, anything relating to the Emily Ann 45, if you read it with, thinking that this is not related to Delphi, it is very separate in the language they use and the way they're reading it. As far as it was not, we don't know that, we don't think that Libby interacted with Anthony Schatz on Kick or anything. We think that it was Instagram and Snapchat. Yeah. And Emily Ann was not the account that Libby interacted with. So I think the Emily Ann 45, while disgusting, I just think that was his way to solicit pictures from people on Kick, and potentially he had a Emily Ann 45 Snapchat account. I can't remember right now, but I think that if anyone else had access to the Anthony Schatz account, I don't think that necessarily means they had access to the Emily Ann 45 account or any other accounts he may have had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which reminds me, again, a neighbor to. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it was and I know some. I think some people also get it wrong. Richard Allen was not 42 or 43 in 2017. He was 44 or 45. So
he was actually okay. So let's just get this straight. Hi, McDougal. How are you doing, McDougaltree? So Richard Allen would have been 44 at the time of the girls' homicides. He later turned 45 that year in
September 9th.
Right. So he was 44. Yeah. And of course, now he's 50 years old now and turning, 51. What's funny is that there's so another neighbor is Emily A. Brummett to Alicia Land. That's with the double M's, though, not the single M's. So there's two different Brummets, if any. So as we say this, there's the Brummets of Young America, and there's the Brummets of Delphi. Libby knows both Brummets. Brummets being from the sleepover, and the Brummett from the other side being the Brummets that, like I said, was close, like the Patties know. So the one that the Brummets know has the double M, and the other Brummett, which Libby knows as well, both sides, is 1M, okay? So, but next to this Alicia Land is an Emily A. Brummett with the 2 M's. But there's a Jeffrey Allen Swisher. You guys know Swisher? Remember Swisher? Swisher, and what was Kegan Kline's Facebook? Swisher and
Swisher Sweet or whatever.
Yes, Swisher and Sweeter.
420 or something stupid like that.
Now, if anyone recalls, there was a Swisher that was arrested not that long ago. I think it was with CSAM, to be honest with you. What I want to say is this. I didn't realize just how many little pervs are out in this world. Swisher Sweets, yeah. It was not Swifter, it was Swisher, yeah. How many little pervs are literally in Delphi and the different area around it. It's just honestly let me quickly go back.
Well, Indiana is the 5th highest state with the most SA crimes being against children under the age of 12, I believe. So they're not the highest in all SA. charges or victims, but they are number 5 in the whole country as far as victims being under age.
Mm-hmm. 2-0. That's good. As long as you're getting paid. Do you guys all do your tax refunds yet, by the way?
What's a tax refund?
Yeah, you didn't know where to go from. I got
like, what's a tax refund?
Yeah, right. For me, they're always nice. You know, no. Hold on. Last year, was it last year? I had to pay 1,100 or something. This year, I got back like 3,000 because I had taken out some of an RSP, and then you get the taxes back when it comes tax time. So it was like, sweet, thanks.
Oh, good, Sonny. I need to borrow some.
Yeah, no, sorry. Go buy your own ketchup chips. No, just you know how fast that comes and goes, right, Adam? Turn around and it's like, okay, sir, put some on the credit card. Put that on the credit card. Well, I mean, that's my husband's. My husband's was like 1,700, and I said, I'll keep the 1,700. You can have my 3,000 since I'm the one that had racked his credit card up. Yeah,
Josh McDougall got a sexy refund.
I did my taxes and got a sexy refund. Nice. Well, I got that nasty thing called car insurance coming up. That's about. I don't know how much your guys' car insurance. I will get back on topic. Ours is like $1,500 for the year, so we always just pay it at one time. No, actually, that's wrong. Right? Hey, I'm so stupid. Normally, every year we pay it off because the year before that, it was like 2,000. So usually we have always paid the car insurance, but last year it was only like 1,500. But I think we opted to do it monthly instead last year. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. But anyways, good old car insurance comes up. But what's your guys' car insurance like out there? Is it like really expensive too?
Depends on a lot of things. The kind of car you have, and the kind of driving record you have.
You're like an average. What would be an average estimation? You think 130? Okay, so 130. Wait, are you 100 people? You're Canadian, right? I want to say that because I was going to say ours is like 134 a month.
Well, but you guys might hit like Moose. I'm kidding.
No, that's in Alberta more so than down here. Yeah, but no, that's a thing. It's not even a lot.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you know what province? If you guys ever live in Canada, is honestly Saskatchewan that I know of so far has the best car insurance. Best car insurance. I was paying like 90, something like $80 or $90 a month. And that was with the full-on extension plan. Okay. And that was with if you totaled your vehicle, didn't matter, you got a full refund for whatever you paid. They had the best, amazing plan in Saskatchewan. But what are you going to hit out there? A freaking wheat field, freaking sunflower field, or cauliflower field? Moose, right. Perhaps, I guess. But anyways, I was just curious on that one. The Kia costs $1,400 a year. Okay, so I mean, you guys' dollar value is different, of course, because $1,400 would be like $2,000 here. So, okay, I was just kind of curious. My New York is an average car insurance is like $450, and I know it depends too on. I don't know about out there, but how long you've been a driver for and stuff like that. Yeah, I'd have to own property, Mark, in order to pay property taxes.
I used to get that good student discount when I was a kid.
Right. I mean, in BC, they have like a rebate for every year for property taxes. I feel like I almost want to play Monopoly all of a sudden now. Never said, yeah. All right. Okay, what time is it here? You guys, we're going to go another 15 minutes because I need to go. I ordered some pillows yesterday. I ordered a freaking new comforter yesterday.
Did your comforter come in yet?
No, that won't come in until Monday. But the pillows that I ordered, okay. Do you guys ever order pillows? I know this is going way off topic. And they just turn out to be flat pancakes. Okay, you guys, I've, like I said, ran a hotel, slept in hotels. And I'll tell you, one of the best hotels that I had for shoot, I can't think of it. It was, I think, Holiday Inn Suites. Anyways, cloud pillows. Okay, I've ordered so many pillows off of Amazon, and honestly, they all suck. They call them dream hotel pillows. This pillow, that pillow. You know, nothing is compared. I wish I would have stole that pillow back in when we were traveling from Alberta to here, because I felt like I was just sleeping on a cloud. And normally, honestly, I prefer Walmart freaking $5 pillows because those have done me well.
No.
But you know when they turn, like, you might as well flip it over and here's a pancake. That's pretty much how the pillows end up turning out, like a pancake, literally a
Not my
pancake.
pillows.
Yeah. So
I sleep on. I have those my pillows.
yeah.
Those are good pillows.
Oh wait, I've had that too. My
Right.
pillow. Yeah.
I mean, the owner might be a little out there, but the pillows are good.
Yes, exactly. Well, because the pillows got delivered, I get them delivered to where my husband works, right? That's where my twin sister works as well. I got them delivered there, so they came in, but it's Friday, so then I would have to wait till Monday. But my husband has, of course, keys to that to get into the office. So I want my pillows tonight. They're satin. They're like they're satin ones. These ones, even though I've had satin before, but anyways, but they're satin, and yeah. So I'm tired of my flat ass pancakes. I don't know about you guys, but I have to sleep with 2 pillows. Okay? 2 pillows. And they have to be cool. They can't be hot. I get hot enough. I can't handle 2 cool pillows. You know. And all I know, you guys, is I'm just curious when I get the new comforter how long it is before Bambi Cat pisses on the damn thing. I went to go lie down in the afternoon, and the stupid little bee freaking pissed on the bed. And I'm like, how? How? You look all innocent, like you're just lying there. And the litter box is clean, no excuse. Now, let me just remind everyone that this is the cat that my husband picked out. Mine is a perfect angel. But honestly, Bambi is too darn ass cute to get really mad at. So when I seen it, I was like, she come to try to lie up on my side. And I'm like, you pissed on the bed. And she like looks at me with that little innocent face way. And I'm like, you know what you did. You peed on the bed. She knows. Bolts right underneath the bed. Almost like, oh, crap. Is her voice raising? You know? Like a little kid. Brrrt. Yeah. The cat had yeah. Well, I mean, the cat has been to the vet and stuff like that, and there doesn't seem to be I don't know what the issue is, really. All I know is that my husband got this cat. This cat is so cute, but this cat's a little pisser, and it's pissing me off. Like, there's nothing worse than always having to freaking soak your bed, pull out the freaking carpet cleaner, you know? I can't. And I swore once I had my last cats, I would never get a cat. And next thing you know, we have 2 again. But my cat, you guys, Montana, the black one with the tuxedo, amazing. Amazingly perfect. Like, the most perfect cat you ever want to have is Montana. The big psycho cat is Bambi. Freaking too cute. She's so too darn cute to really get mad at. I can't. It's like scolding a kid. You know, you pissed on the bed. Can't even trust you with nothing. You know, I got a pillow for my neck because I punched.
Yeah, damn it. It could be a UTI. Cats get them really easily, and it could. Yeah. And that is definitely one of the.
So do females.
Look out for.
Yeah, she is a female.
You might have one too.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's. I don't want to stay because my husband, right? I don't want to make him wait too long to go get my pillow. I just want to have some decent pillows tonight. Oh, my niece is in town. My redheaded niece, I guess, is in town. So I'm going to take my sister and Haley out for breakfast on Monday to Denny's. Blah.
Not Tim Hortons?
No, Denny's.
My whole bed and mattress dumpster fire.
Yeah. One second. Take over.
Analysts that exactly here in Idaho, we call that sort of thing natural causes. Absolutely, right? Exactly. And no one would even research if it happened to me. They'd be like, oh well. I know, at least I haven't eaten at Denny's in like 20 years either. Maybe 15. But I usually procrastinate eating way past breakfast time. Everyone's just talking about pillows and bedding now in the chat. Sunny, where did you go? I wasn't listening to you when you left.
It's okay. I don't really listen to you either.
I know you don't.
I'm going to present you with my comforter. Tell me what you guys think. My comforter. This is what I ordered. Okay. Now these aren't my pillows.
Does that color scheme look familiar to anyone?
You know what? Now that you think about it, there's something about like the turquoise blue and black, that whatever. But this one does come with pillows and a small pillow. Like it comes with, it's a 7-piece set, right? And then my husband's like, because one time I thought we ordered a comforter and it was just really where you a slip-on cover thing or whatever those things are called.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I like a light quilt.
Yeah. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that will come on Monday. And if that little bitch, she's going to get locked out of the room, not going to have it anymore. The little bitch ain't ruining that comforter, so she can stay the hell out of the room. I love Tiffany blue as well. I love Tiffany blue. Yeah. Yeah. And this will go nicely with the bedroom furniture because it's more of a darks, like I'll call it like a chocolate, not even a chocolate, but anyways, to the darker side of the skin.
Your husband standing up out of that bed is going to look great with that comforter.
My husband in the bed will look great with that comforter. Yeah. He's such a user, my husband. He just likes me to come to bed so he can snuggle and bear.
When you ordered it, did you not realize that it's the exact same colors as It's a Crime and Shame?
No. I ordered it because I like the colors. So obviously, subconsciously, I really love black and blue.
I mean, right there.
Color. Yeah. No, I actually didn't notice, to be honest with you, until you pointed it out. Now you got that right. But anyways, yeah. So, and then like I said, those aren't the satin pillows that are coming in because I'm trying to own a few different pillows, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of the pillows going like flat ass pancakes. Anyways, I thought that was a very smart. You know what? As soon as I seen it within a second of scrolling on Amazon, I was like, you know when something just catches your eye? So I knew as soon as I seen this, I was like, there's not even a point in even going through looking at too many other ones because I knew I liked this one right away. And as soon as I liked something, it was just like, okay, I'm not even going to waste my time. You know, there could be all these other ones out there, but this one caught my eye. And this is the one I like. So I said to my husband, just so you know, I picked out a comforter. I don't really care if you like it or not. I like it. And he goes, well, I don't really care. It doesn't matter as long as it's like not too hot or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. I like it when husbands don't really have too big of input into that stuff.
Do you want them to really?
No. He can have input where it counts, like on other things. But it's really nice when you don't have to. I can just order whatever I want and be like, hey, husband, you like it? Okay. All right, I stick with the down comforters and switch up the duvets. Yeah, I know. I know this goes from crime to like bedroom stuff. It all works. It all fits into it, right? Yeah. I'll take it down. I don't want to make you guys all jealous of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't think it was too bad. It was like $132 Canadian. And that's like for 7 pieces.
No.
And it's
not bad at all.
It's very smart looking set. So boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I love Tiffany. Okay. Anyways, you guys, is there anything that anyone does want to ask without regards to beds or burritos or pillows or car insurance? Is there anything at all that anyone wanted to ask quickly before we head out of here?
Joshua McDougall, I think they have the right guy. I'm not saying there might not be other people involved somehow on the outskirts, but I think they have the right guy.
I think that they have the right guy for who is on the bridge. I believe that there's more people, I mean, like I said, why would they have said that? Really, honestly, why would they have said that?
Why they said everything?
I know, right? They've let us down multiple times. Don't get us wrong. That's right. So it's really just a matter of, again, like, I know that you guys don't dig and dive as like sometimes like how I do and stuff like that, but seeing that Alyssa Land and seeing neighbors like Kristen Lynn Martin and stuff like that live in the same, like that literally live in the same area as of right now and stuff like that. I think that Richard Allen definitely, whatever that he's involved with, people. And I'm going to say some of these people are going to fall back into the Paladinos myself. Okay, that's my story still, and I'm sticking to it. Unless, I've tried to look at other thoughts, but...
Don't forget that, there's a lot more surveillance footage than we know about. And, they're using it, like I said, to piece together a timeline in the weeks leading up to the event that, that show Richard Allen and put him in that place and, as kind of, and explain why he apparently ended up there at that time, is my understanding. So I think, I think we're going to find out a lot more about Richard Allen and what he was up to. Probably even in June, unless the hearing gets moved. Yeah. Which right now I'm wondering if it'll actually get moved, but.
Right. Do you think this? No, I don't, Melissa. I personally
don't know.
Second.
I think they'll schedule it still for this year, but I think that it'll get moved. I think it'll get moved to next year. I think originally I said I thought they'd move it after, because June. You have to remember June is just his bond hearing, and after that, they'll have to have pre-trial motions. They'll have to have all sorts of things. So I think they'll schedule it probably for like November, but I don't think it'll actually happen until next year.
Yeah.
And that's what I was, and that's also what I think people within in the court system in Indiana also are kind of leaning towards.
And Ginger, I concur. That's still my thing. Could be totally wrong. Wouldn't it be the cat's ass if this was all about Abby and not Libby? To be honest with you, that would be a twist because I think pretty much I would just going by my own guesstimation, I would guess that almost most of the population of Delphi think that it had something to do with Libby over Abby, and that Abby was just wrong place, wrong timing. That she was collateral damage. But it would be the cat's butt if it was actually turned out that it was about, say, Abby or who knows. But I still think, like I said, if there's something that takes me away from the whole drug thing, but there's nothing really that does, especially when names like Palladino and stuff are brought into the name. But Richard Allen, where he fits in exactly is anyone's guess.
We don't know yet.
Honest with you. But when I look at the connections of these people and stuff that are around, that always makes me ponder. When I see the alias of Craig Renfro on Richard Allen's thing, which I could still find it on the internet and it will show that alias, it makes me wonder, how did that alias get on there? Because I think that he is
day one.
Yeah. I think that he is a dirty birdie. Like, do you know what I mean? Regardless if it's to do with money or drugs or whatever. I think that he's
Yeah.
I think that he's like a sick, twisted person up there, like that has some creepy ass fetishes and stuff. But I
And
feel
look at
like,
the. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was saying, look at the similarities. You know, if you look at Richard Allen's daughter and you look at Libby, there are similarities and some other characteristics. So
You
that's all I
know,
was going to say.
that's what kind of blows me away. It's kind of like in my head. I think of Barry Morphew. Barry Morphew has two ungrateful daughters who seem to like they didn't give two shits about their mother. Um, and so when people were looking at Barry Morphew as the bridge guy, which would have made a lot of sense because there was so many parallel things because they lived in Indiana and they moved in 2018 and Barry was a hunter and they had two beautiful daughters. And this is what I find hard with Richard Allen. Um, if you have a daughter yourself, and especially one that does look a lot like Libby, what would make you would just thinking how like a person would kind of think, right? Like, so if you have a daughter of yourself, what would make you go out and homicide two girls that are not your daughter's age, but still he was like two teenagers, you know. So I always have a hard time with that if somebody already has a child, but yet we know that FKs and all that have families and children and all that stuff, and it's just one of those things is that your mind can go a mile a minute thinking of all the different scenarios. To be honest, because we don't know. Renfro could have been in his alias texting Klein, maybe. Like who knows? Who knows? All I know is that Renfro does not have. He has like the Cunningham on his list, like, and it's so funny because like, again, it's small world. KD, which is Keegan, a Dunker, has that one same Cunningham on his list, and same one that's on Craig Renfro's list. Not to say that I'm not attaching them, but I'm just meaning small town USA. You know,
I personally, I'm sorry. No, you finished.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, when I see people like Talitha Beckley and all these people that are on the list, and then that name attaches to Richard Allen, if it wasn't a mistake and it attaches there correctly, then there's something to be said about that. Absolutely. Show me your friends, and I'll show you who you are, right? And
yes, CJK. That we know about that Renfro is that when Richard Allen's name first came out that first day, there was an alias attached to it in a lot of the documents that said Craig Renfro. There is a real Craig Renfro, but as far as like their connection, other than that being an alias that was attached to him on that first day, and then no one's really mentioned it since then too much. But it's odd.
Yeah, with Richard Allen. Sorry, I get so hot here. With Richard Allen, like I said, there's not this. From what we know, there's not a big social media presence unless he's underneath some false other name somewhere. But he's not right. So you have to look at what's around him, and I'm trying. Like that's what I do. I look what's around him, like that Elisa Land, and Craig Renfro, because those things are around him. So I'm trying to look and see, like, in my head, how does Kagan Klein connect to Delphi? Because I'll be a cat's ass if we find out that Kagan Klein had nothing to do with Delphi. I cannot see it. There's too many things.
I mean, we know that he created the Anthony Shots account. He admitted he admitted to that in court, and we know that the Anthony Shots account interacted with Libby. Do we know if that's related to the murders at all? No, but it is related to Delphi. I think that's fair to say. And I think that's partly could be what Doug Carter's referring to when he said tentacles. It might not be that there are all these other there might be other actors involved. And the reason he chose the word tentacles and actors is because maybe they're not directly related to the unaliving of the girls. You know, so maybe there's a CSAM element to this case that doesn't have anything to do with the unaliving. Maybe there's a drug element to this case that doesn't have anything to do with the unalivings. And those are tentacles and actors that all go into play with it. But Richard Allen is the one that unalived them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what makes it so complicated.
Yeah. Or not, like I said, should it have been this complicated? The incident in Galveston is what connects it, I think. Possibly. Diamond Eyes, I just totally disagree with you on that one. You said no way KK is involved. That's the account that they brought out. Could have been a lure. There's too many things to actually show that he is actually part of it than not part of it, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I would never say there's no way he's not involved. Absolutely, there is a way that he is. We don't know. We don't know what's happening behind the closed doors. Maybe Jude, like they said that a police source says that Wabash River and Delphi were connected, right? And then that's when Doug Carter says, well, we don't believe. Oh, I meant he is. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Sorry, Diamond Eyes. I thought you were saying that there's no way he's not, and I'm like, I wouldn't say no way.
Joan, I've spoken to him many times about it. He did not find any accounts that he could prove or were verified were Richard Allen. And trust me, I know lots of people that have looked.
Hey, isn't it in 4 days that it's Klein's thing on the 18th? Or is that of April?
That's Flint Farmer. That's Flint Farmer.
Kagan's is May 18th, correct?
Yeah, but Flint Farmer's is the 18th of April.
18th of April. Okay, Flint Farmer.
Yeah, that's Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, that's a pre-trial, right? First, is that the pre-trial
for Flint Farmer? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pre-trial hearing, and then Flint Farmer's trial is scheduled to start on the 9th of May.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so and don't forget, anyone that is seeing this video, that obviously the video, I'll have to put a correction to it because I'm the one that said Cass County because that's exactly what I remembered. So when I heard that, yes, jail was part of the corrections, that's why I said Cass County, because that's where he was asking it moved to. So remember, that's a correction that what the judge was saying, that it was in, and thank you, Hudis, and that for being more knowledgeable about that stuff, about within the state of corrections, and that jails weren't considered state of corrections. So we'll have to see how that goes. So we don't like to put out misinformation, and so, but obviously that turned out to be not quite right. That it's within the state of corrections. So we'll have to see what happens to Richard Allen there. Cass County on there, but yeah. I think that's, I don't know. Is there anything else? You guys give it. You guys give this video a thumbs up.
If you're not subscribed to my channel, go and subscribe to my channel. I passed 18. I think I just passed 1,800 subscribers. So thank you guys very much.
Last time I looked, I think you were at like 50 or something. Yeah. Well, at least you don't buy subs to get you in there.
That's true.
It's true. Keep it real. Keep it real. Anyways, we just love talking. Was it, I'm honestly getting sick and tired of watching Mr. Beast videos. Like, all I keep having in my head is that like, it's a catchy tune, but that this is how bad it sounds. Mr. Beast. And it's like, oh, right. And so the other day, my husband and I are snuggling, and I'm like, I'm sitting there like snuggling with him, and I'm going, Mr. Beast, right? And I'm like, oh my God, get out of my head, Mr. Beast. Okay. So I thought he was the top YouTuber. I was wrong, because I guess there's no T-Series. Actually, there's 3 other channels above his, but T-Series. And the only reason why I know that is because I was watching a Mr. Beast video. today, and he was counting. He was saying PewDiePie like 100,000 times. This is back 4 years ago. But T Series is out of India, and it has like 210 million subs, something like that. Like there's a live count thing that I was on.
We're almost at that. We're almost at that now.
We're pretty close to the 210 million mark. You know, get out of our way, coming through, people.
Right. Yeah, definitely go subscribe to Deb's channel if you're not subscribed. She's 16 away, I think she said.
Yeah. What's Deb at?
I think she said she's 16 away from 600.
Oh, that's taking forever to get up there too. You guys go sub over at Deb's True Crime Notebook on there. Let's try to get Deb to 1,000. Okay, guys. And so anyone watching this video, anyone that knows Deb knows she's a really great lady. She's in True
13.
Crime. She's 13 away, but make sure you sub up to Deb's channel at True Crime Notebook. You know, we've helped a lot of people, even people we don't like so much anymore, get to 1,000. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. We love everybody. I'd be lying if I said that with a straight face, though, because it's not true. I don't love everybody. No, can't do it. Who is PewDiePie? PewDiePie is a big Twitch streamer. I'm not, on YouTube. I noticed. Oh, sorry. Keep looking at my hair. Looks like all sweaty and shit. But anyways, PewDiePie is a big gamer. The guy, anyone that knows PewDiePie, I think he's from Twitch. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he not from Twitch? I don't really do Twitch, but when I look at his YouTube channel, his views suck now. Before, like 4 years ago, that guy had like 313 million, But I noticed that his views are like 1.2 million. So I don't really think that he does a lot on YouTube so much anymore. But anyways, the name PewDiePie, yeah, it's a huge gaming person, and everyone knows PewDiePie because he's like from way back. So if you haven't heard, I mean, there's certain names like Logan Paul.
I know that name.
Yeah, Logan Paul, and then he got his brother. And it's mostly because of my husband too that I know these names. Some of them because of that. Yeah, in his prime, exactly. But like I said, my husband watches like these 7, I think it's called like the 7 Horsemen and stuff like that. Anyways, gaming, you guys want to, like I said, it's hard to get into that world and stuff like that, but gamers are the most generous donators ever. Just saying, they really are. When you go into watch Twitch and that, those people donate like there's no tomorrow. You can just be a female in a hot tub and make millions a month just by doing that on Twitch. It's so crazy what people actually pay for or donate to be honest with you. But gamers are like a huge community.
I'm gonna go buy a hot tub and a local shirt and get it.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone loves a hoe. Right here. All right. But yeah, if I played RuneScape still, I'd probably have had a Twitch, account and whatever when I used to play RuneScape in my day. I like doing stuff like that, like tutorials. Like I've never had a problem just talking with people and going live or anything like that.
Wallflower.
I'm shy and bashful.
I was a little worried, I have to say. At one point this week, I was like, "Sunny, okay?" I mean, she's out of the house. She's doing things like, I'm like, she's not putting videos out. I'm like, is she like living her life and not on YouTube? My blood pressure was going up a little bit because of it. But no, I'm glad for you.
Yeah, me and John from Crime Scene to Courtroom, we kind of debate who's holding the bed down better, him or myself. My husband is definitely on my side, probably. Because my husband yesterday, he comes and he feels the bed. And then he goes, see how warm it is. And I was like, don't worry, honey. I've been in here all day. All day. Today I vacuumed the bedroom and cleaned up the bedroom. That's what I did today.
You were
But,
up early this morning because
I'm-
I messaged you at like not even 8 o'clock my time, and you responded right away.
Adam, I'm lucky if I get 4 hours sleep. I'm a night owl through and through, and so usually, and then so I put out 2 videos today. Apparently, one's wrong. So don't hold me to that one too much. Anyway, so hot tubs are my way to the YouTube channel.
I'd like that, Joshua. Good night, Ginger.
I'll tell you. Good night, Ginger. I'm going to tell you right now. If there was mostly men that watch this stream, I would probably be putting on my little coochie hoochie tops. I probably would. I'm not going to lie. But I don't think women care too much to see, these towering infernos, to be honest with you. But men, they love that stuff. Men love it. Right, Adam? Because men, we know, think with their other head and not this head.
I know Shelly likes it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, that camera will be focused down right now. Yeah. Yeah. And I'd probably get thumbs up just from the men, just for that purpose. You don't even have to show your face. The younger ones would probably go, oh, look at that old hag showing off her, but, real men wouldn't. Real men would approve of it. Doesn't matter.
So what are you going to do after we get off here, Sonny? You're going to go pick up your pillows?
Oh, Adam changed the topic, you guys. You can't talk about those.
Well, no, I'm going to bring it back.
Oh, he's bringing it back. Yes, I'm going to go pick up my pillows. Yes, I'm going to go. Not these pillows, though. I was just giving you an example of the pillows. Yes, I'm going to go pick up my pillows.
Put on a hoochie top?
No, not today. So
new dress code.
Yeah. Don't make me be slutty, because I will.
As soon as she gets that air fryer.
Right. Yeah. No, but no. I did really need a bit of a break for a couple of weeks here.
Good.
So yeah, just kind of remove myself from videos, and I wasn't even talking in chat or anything too much at all. So sometimes you just need a break from it, right, Adam? You just do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's amazing when you take a few days, like even, and you come back with a whole different, kind of creative outlook.
Yeah, I can't say that happened.
No, I even know. I mean, your creative stuff is always amazing. But I even liked the difference in some of the choices that you did today. In the videos that you put out, they were just little things, but just little tweaks that I liked them though.
Well, in all fairness, right? I mean, maybe I'm watching Mr. Beast too much, to be honest with you. All I've been dreaming about is that I wish one day we'll grow as a channel, and people can donate for some of these great causes that go on. Like, what I love about Mr. Beast is that he just epitomizes who I am as a person, but now he just has the ability to do that stuff on a big level. And Pay It Forward, like I said, it was always a movie to me that when it came out, it just epitomized again who I was as a person. And I just wish that a lot more people would be that way. I think one of the best things to do is always put a smile on somebody else's face, and even when you're not like me, I've never had this fortune or anything like that, but I've had this very caring side, which helps people. And I've done things, even if it meant that I went without in order to help somebody else. So I find that stuff fulfilling. And that's why I actually enjoy watching his videos, because even in this one video, Mr. Beast literally says, and some people might go, oh, little cocky dude, but it's okay to say you're a nice person, and he was saying, like,
if you
I'm
are
a nice guy, right? So, right, exactly. And he was saying, like, I'm a nice person and I like to do nice things for people. And so something like that just warms my heart. So he has the ability to do what I've always wanted to do, which is just be able to go and make people's days. Like, I wish I could hand people freaking $100 here. Just walk down the street and go here. One day when this channel's big, and then you guys will wish that you had our autograph. No,
hey, it's funny because I was in someone's chat the other night, and I wanted to congratulate them on hitting a milestone with their channel, and then I was looking at my bank account. I was like, oh, I wish I could, but it's like you want to do that kind of stuff, but then sometimes you can't. So sometimes you can, and
I don't believe he's a narcissist at all. Lacey, if you're talking about Mr. Beast, I don't believe he's a narcissist at all, because I get called a narcissist sometimes as well, Lacey, because of the fact of when people are confident in who they are, in a sense, and they know that the core of their being, right? So sometimes I get called a narcissist too, and that's the farthest thing from the truth. I am not someone who needs to feed my ego and different things. Sunny, she's talking. Oh, your husband. Your husband is a narcissist? Is that what you're talking about? I'm sorry, both things. Okay, well, that's how you're talking about your husband. Oh, well, your husband's a narcissist. Well, ditch him. Narcissists suck, honestly. Like, if there's one thing I thoroughly enjoy,
I told them that.
Yeah, if there's honestly one thing I thoroughly enjoy, it's really honestly just like in mine and my husband's relationship here now, which reminds me, in 6 days, it will be 8 years that he's been out here. Weed Day, 420. But anyway, yeah, it's just so nice when two people can have a relationship. There's no struggle in it. There's no, like I said, narcissistic personality like my ex-husband per se and stuff like that. JLR is worse than a narcissist. JLR is a tweet. You know what? JLR knows how to play the game. Again, and if people fall for it and they believe in it, then so be it. I mean, honestly, but those people, to me, it's like transparent as day. It's like there's a big ring around them, saying, "Bullshit, a-hole, liar." Con artist, you just see it right away with people. And then, so whenever I feel that about somebody, that's when I'll usually look them up and go, let me just see if I'm right. And then sure as crap with JLR, it was like, whatever. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's playing people, whatever, and look how many, I don't really want to bring up G's name, but like, look how many people talk smack about him. And look how many people is kissing Greeno's ass, like as if he's like the greatest thing on earth. Those people, you guys should be disgusted in yourself if you actually give Greeno any point of your time, to be honest with you, because anyone that knows Greeno's background and stuff like that, but hey, if people want to follow him and do whatever, go right ahead. Like, that's your own choice, but it's one of those things. It's like, it makes me want to puke though when I see people sit there and be like, sit there and actually give that guy the time of day whatsoever. Yeah, Shelly.
Shelly.
But whatever. Yeah, if people do, then they do. Miracle Hearts, I guess when I said anyone following Greeno, I don't want to have anything to do with, she obviously took that to heart, and that's why you never see Miracle Hearts in here no more. And so be it. Hey, I don't care. Like, in all fairness, honestly, if you're a Greeno lover and you want to follow him, go right ahead. Please delete yourself from or unsubscribe from here, then, because there's certain things that people that cross the line of boundaries, and he's one of them for me. I can actually put up with JLR, because JLR is like, I mean, yeah, he's done some things, but I mean, even Greeno, to be honest with you, I mean, he's done some things, and if there's idiots out there that want to follow him and kiss his butt still and stuff like that, all the power to you. Better you than me.
I just don't have that much time and energy in my life to focus on all of the stuff that what, I do my thing, I know where I'm going, and that's all I got. Yeah.
But when you think of like Brian Koberger's case, and you see like those nut jobs that are literally sending these SKs and all that, letters and love letters and stuff like that. There's a ton of whack jobs out there. Just not gonna lie, there is a lot of whack jobs in this world.
Like the Chris Watt sympathizers.
So that's why it's one of those things. Whether someone's a Greeno lover or a JLR lover or whatever, there's always going to be those people that are like, I don't care until it impacts your own life. Yeah. Then they're going to be like, I don't care, So one day I hope that Greeno dates one of somebody's kid, and then we'll see what tune they sing differently. And they're like, I don't care. I don't put personal stuff with the internet stuff. That always blows my mind.
Everyone.
Yeah, green dough. Anyways, yeah. So you guys, thank you for joining us tonight on this live. And I don't know, Monday is our members live. So if you're not a member and want to become a member, it's $1.99. It's $1.99. Hey, Crime Geek, how are you?
Speaking of here.
Hey there. We were just Antonio. Who's Antonio?
Oh, someone had asked who that person, who those people are. So
goes to cause misery. Yeah, well, like I said, you know what? I got too much, honestly, respect for myself as a female that Greeno, what do I say to that? Anyone that knows. Catch up with the program, I just got too much respect for myself as a female, and I would like to think that strong females would do the same thing.
All I've ever abided by in life is what goes around comes around. And the energy you put out into the world is the energy that will come back to you. And however that's going to be is how it's going to be. So.
I mean, both of them honestly are just one Google click away. Just freaking Google. That's all you need to do. Google Jonathan Lee Riches. Google Renee Anthony Greeno. Just Google them. That's not hard. You guys can go check that out for yourself. When you lead a path, don't trust methods. Yeah. When you lead a path of self-destruction, there's nobody to blame but yourself. Nobody. And karma has its way of working its way out, So right. That's all I got to say.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah. Birds of a feather flock together. And there's another one right there.
Remember that.
Yeah. So those little feathers can all flock together, and they can flock off to go with it, to be honest with you. Anyways, you guys. So anyways, yeah, we'll just, again, right. Stay transparent, stay genuine, stay honest, not buy subs. And sorry, I just find that so pathetic. But anyways, when you work hard, you do it because it means something to you to actually work hard and earn your subs and stuff like that. But whatever. Apparently, tons of people do that. Buy subs, buy views, buy whatever. I think it's disgusting.
Again, but what goes around comes around. So,
for fun members live. Oh, Lacey's like, you guys should do something for fun. Yeah.
We should actually.
She's probably talking about, let's take a trip around the world.
we haven't had a fun night in a while. We should do that soon.
Okay, Monday coming up. Yeah, we'll do a fun night. We'll think of something that's fun to do. We're kind of lame here. We don't really like fun, but just for you members, we'll try to pull something out of our butts. Okay? Yeah. Aspen.
Thank you, Mustang.
That's okay. First of all, Lacey, if you're going to talk about fun night, then you better spell it's ask sun air. Okay?
Was it? I thought it
sun.
Was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, asp sun. I'm sun, E. You're asp. Yeah. What's wrong with your eyes?
Oh, they flutter because
because you guys,
she's not real.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's because of the filter.
She's
So sometimes
she's AI. She's not real.
yeah. If you don't remember, Shelly. So sometimes like this. See, look at my eyebrows. They're like twitching on me or whatever. Because I always use a filter. Because on a filter, first of all, it makes your skin smooth. Secondly, it just gives you a more softer look. Then yeah. So
no filter here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, right. Actually, it's funny because when you see a picture when you're outside, I'm like counting all the wrinkles that I can see. Yeah, I know, right? But when you're in front of a light, it takes away from those aging lines that people get. Yeah. Anyway,
let's just mute her.
I literally took one of your pictures the other day from on a thing I used, can't remember what it was, and I literally took it. I softened it up because when you're outside, unless you're in that proper lighting, you're gonna catch every flaw on your face.
I've got wrinkles.
Yeah, I know, but they're not as noticeable inside than when they're outside. Just like my face. If I showed you guys my face, you guys would all run away from your screaming on there, probably. If I showed you my outside face, outside lighting, blah. Not pretty. Maybe when I was in my 20s, sure. 30s, yeah, okay. 53, nah. Anyways, okay, you guys. Love you guys very much. Definitely we'll see you on Monday. No, you're fine, dear Sunny. Thanks, Grandy. Well, thank you very much. But yeah, so we'll see you on Monday. And then, of course, besides Fridays being our live night, whenever we decide just to pop up and do a live, we'll do a live. Simple as that. It's kind of like YOLO and stuff. Adam, you haven't done a live on your channel yet.
I think I have like a fear of it now for some reason.
Do you really? Is it
I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, but all you have to do is invite Deb one or something like that, some crazy thing like that. Yeah.
Maybe when I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'll do a live.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys, we'll see us when we see you, but we'll see you on Monday. Have Tom on, and Tom doesn't really like doing lives.
I'm probably not. I'm probably not a big enough channel for Tom to. He'd be like, I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah. Tom is like CD. He'll show up when he shows up. And that's kind of like how you take them. Like Tom sometimes will just pop on, from his recliner. Tom should just rename himself Tom from my recliner. Reporting to you live from my recliner. Okay, my hair's bugging me. It's getting in my face. But anyways, Tom will do it for now. Yeah, Tom's not. You can tell that Tom will do what he wants to do. He won't do it just because. It's like he's not real. Some people don't mind doing lives or whatever. Tom will just pop up when he needs to. And if he's watching this right now, so Tom, we'll see you Monday on the members live, and you can come from your recliner and join us. Oh wait, he's not a member, but he can join us on chat, right? Then he can join us in our live, yeah. It's as long as okay, shut up, Shelly. You don't need to point it out every 5 minutes. Okay, fine, let's go. You know what? This is what happens when I ignore you guys for pretty much a couple weeks or whatever, for the most part, right? No, I wasn't purposely ignoring anybody. I was just taking some well-needed time out for myself and with my husband, and just enjoying some fishing and stuff like that. And Deb was showing a fish that she caught. It wasn't quite the size of my Moby Dick that I caught. I just don't have pictures to prove it. Okay, right. But I did. It was like Moby Dick out of this pond. It was like the size of like an anaconda, but a Moby Dick. And so, Deb, so sorry if your fish was like this compared to my Moby Dick. I don't got pictures or proof though. Yeah, I know you're just messing.
Mustang,
Yeah.
exactly. That last minute of the dryer, that's the worst.
Wait, the last. Okay, no. What sucks is when that
It's
buzzer
5
goes
minutes.
off.
I swear it's 5 minutes. That as soon as it says 1, you're like,
Yeah.
it's 5 minutes.
You know what I hate is when our buzzer goes off. It goes off twice, and it goes bzzz, real loud, and then all of a sudden, when it ends, it does it again, right? So, like Ryan, he always waits till Sunday to do his laundry, and then when he does it, it's like at about 9 o'clock at night. So last week, he threw in his laundry, and then I got up and turned it back on. And because my husband put the cat litter box in the laundry room, which means that the door has to be open. But anyways, so while Ryan's clothes were being dried the night because he waits till the last freaking minute, guess who didn't go to work that morning because all he said was that he kept hearing the buzzer go off, right, from the dryer. Well, it was his own clothes creating that sound. That's what happens when you whatever.
It's a crack mean girls.
So yeah. So it was like, so you're not going to go to work because you're tired because the buzzer kept going off for your clothes because you waited all freaking week to wait till Sunday night at 9 o'clock to do your laundry, and then they try to blame it on you. Well, it's because you had stuff in there. No, that doesn't cut it. You had all week for 9 o'clock. So, anyways, yeah. Say crack again. Crack means girls. I got a crack, and I'm a girl. And we're going to go good night, aren't we, Adam?
Yes.
Yep, 2 hours. 2 hours and 7 minutes. There we go. We're done. All right. Love you guys. You guys have a great night. We'll see you on Monday for sure. Other than that, yeah. Thank you guys for coming.
Everyone go check out Deb's channel and check out Crime Geek channel. Thank you for coming, Crime Geek.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Take care, guys. Bye, Shelly.